One sunny afternoon, David received an invitation to a charity event. It was an event he and Donna had attended together in the past, and he had skipped it since her passing. This time, though, he decided to attend in her memory. As he mingled with the guests and shared stories of his late wife, David felt a profound sense of closure and peace. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring him back into the flow of life, showing him that there was hope and happiness beyond his grief. The charity event proved to be a turning point for David. He met Donna's close friend, Lisa, who had also lost her spouse recently. They bonded over their shared experiences of grief and the healing journey that followed. Lisa's strength and resilience inspired David, and they soon became confidants, supporting each other through the challenges of moving forward while cherishing their memories. Their friendship gradually deepened into a loving relationship, filled with shared laughter, shared tears, and shared dreams. David found himself falling in love again, and he knew that Donna would have wanted nothing more than for him to find happiness once more. As he and Lisa walked along the moonlit beach one evening, David couldn't help but marvel at the twists and turns of life. It was as though fate had taken him from the depths of despair to the heights of joy, and he was eternally grateful for the journey. David and Lisa's relationship continued to blossom, and they decided to blend their families together. Josh and Tiffany welcomed Lisa into their lives with open arms, appreciating the warmth and love she brought into their home. The Dotson family became a close-knit unit, supporting each other through life's ups and downs. They shared holidays, celebrations, and the ordinary moments that made life beautiful. David couldn't help but feel that the balance he had found was not just within himself, but within the bonds of his family. One day, as David sat in his backyard, he looked out at the garden he had lovingly tended to with Donna for years. He felt a deep sense of contentment, knowing that he had honored her memory by embracing the present and building a future filled with love. Life continued to unfold for David and his newfound family. With Lisa by his side, he faced each day with a renewed sense of purpose and gratitude. The years passed, and they cherished the moments, big and small, that life offered them. David watched with pride as Josh and Tiffany pursued their dreams and built their own families. He knew that he had instilled in them the values of love, balance, and perseverance that he had learned on his own journey. One evening, David and Lisa sat together on their porch, watching the sunset cast a warm glow over the horizon. They held hands, a testament to the enduring power of love. David couldn't help but reflect on the unexpected twist of fate that had led him to Madame Zara's small shop that rainy day. Her cryptic words had set him on a path of healing and self-discovery, guiding him toward a life that was richer and more fulfilling than he could have ever imagined. As David and Lisa aged gracefully together, their love remained as strong as ever. They traveled to new places, celebrated milestones, and continued to cherish each other's company. One summer afternoon, David sat with Lisa in the garden, the same garden he had once shared with Donna. It was a place filled with memories of love and growth, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. David couldn't help but think about the twists and turns of his life's journey, how he had overcome grief, rediscovered love, and found balance in the midst of it all. He realized that Madame Zara's words, cryptic as they had been a guiding light in his darkest moments. Looking at Lisa, he whispered, "Life is a journey, my love, and I'm grateful for every step of it." Lisa smiled back, her eyes filled with love and understanding, and she replied, "And I'm grateful that our paths crossed, David." Together, they watched the sun dip below the horizon, knowing that their love would continue to shine brightly in the twilight of their years. As David and Lisa's love story continued to unfold, they faced the challenges of aging with grace and resilience. They supported each other through health setbacks and embraced the wisdom that came with the passage of time. Their family had grown, with grandchildren running around their home, bringing joy and laughter. David reveled in being a grandfather, cherishing the opportunity to pass down the values of love, balance, and perseverance to the next generation. One quiet evening, as they sat together on their porch, David turned to Lisa and said, "You know, Lisa, life is a tapestry of moments, and each one, whether filled with joy or sorrow, has led us to this beautiful place." Lisa nodded, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of their years together. "Indeed, David, our journey has been filled with twists and turns, but it's the love we've shared that has made it all worthwhile." And as the stars appeared in the night sky, David and Lisa held hands, grateful for the journey they had traveled together and the love that had guided them through it all. In the golden years of their life, David and Lisa continued to cherish the moments they had together. They embarked on new adventures, explored the world, and deepened their connection with each passing day. Their love story remained an inspiration to their family and friends, a testament to the enduring power of love and the possibility of finding happiness even in the face of life's challenges. One winter evening, as they sat by the fireplace, David looked into Lisa's eyes and said, "You know, Lisa, I never could have imagined the incredible journey life would take us on." Lisa smiled, her eyes twinkling with warmth. "It's been a journey filled with love, David, and that's what has made it so beautiful." As the flames flickered in the hearth, they knew that their love story was a reflection of the choices they had made to trust their instincts, find balance, and embrace the love that had guided them from the very beginning. And so, in the warmth of their love and the flickering light of the fireplace, they continued to write the chapters of their beautiful love story, grateful for the twists and turns that had led them to this moment. As the years rolled on, David and Lisa faced the inevitable challenges that come with aging. They leaned on each other for support, their love remaining steadfast and unwavering. Their family continued to grow, with the addition of great-grandchildren. David and Lisa marveled at the generations that had sprung from their love, knowing that the legacy they had built was one of love, resilience, and the pursuit of balance. One quiet afternoon, as they sat together on their porch, David took Lisa's hand and said, "Our journey has been a remarkable one, filled with love, laughter, and even a few tears, but I wouldn't change a thing." Lisa nodded, her eyes filled with a lifetime of shared memories. "Every moment, every choice we made has led us to this beautiful place." As they watched the sun set over the horizon, they knew that their love story was a testament to the enduring power of love and the beauty of a life well lived. It was a story that would be passed down through the generations, a reminder that love could guide even the most unexpected twists and turns of life's journey. In the twilight of their lives, David and Lisa continued to find joy in each other's company. They relished the simple pleasures of life, the warmth of a shared embrace, the sound of grandchildren's laughter, and the beauty of a life filled with love. Their story had come full circle, from the depths of grief to the heights of happiness. They had learned that life was indeed a journey, filled with unexpected twists and turns, but it was the love they had shared that had illuminated their path. One peaceful evening, as they sat side by side in their favorite rocking chairs on the porch, David turned to Lisa and said, "Our journey has been nothing short of extraordinary, my love." Lisa smiled, her eyes reflecting a lifetime of love and shared memories. "Yes, David, it truly has." Hand in hand, they rocked gently, the world around them fading into the background as they basked in the warmth of their love. They knew that their story was one of resilience, of finding balance amidst life's challenges, and of embracing the boundless power of love. And so, with hearts full of gratitude, they watched the stars twinkle in the night sky, their love story a testament to the enduring beauty of life's journey. Having buried his wife, the millionaire, David Dotson, found himself in a somber mood as he drove through the bustling city streets. The rain splattered against the windshield of his sleek black car, mirroring the tears that welled in his eyes. Donna Mixon, his beloved wife of 25 years, had passed away suddenly, leaving a void in his heart that seemed impossible to fill. David had always been a dedicated businessman, and despite the weight of grief bearing down on him, he couldn't afford to neglect his responsibilities. He had an important meeting scheduled that afternoon, one that could make or break his company's future. With a heavy heart, he adjusted his tie and glanced at himself in the rearview mirror, trying to regain some semblance of composure. The traffic was relentless, a metaphor for the chaos that had consumed David's life in recent days. As he inched closer to his destination, his mind wandered back to the last moments he had spent with Donna. Her eyes had been filled with love and understanding, even as her frail body paddled against the illness that ultimately took her away. David's thoughts were interrupted when he spotted a neon sign out of the corner of his eye. It read, "Madame Zara's Psychic Readings." Normally, he would have passed it by without a second thought, dismissing it as mere superstition. But today he couldn't help but be drawn to it. The rain had intensified, and a sudden compulsion made him steer his car into the parking lot of the small shop. He parked, his heart racing, and debated whether he should seek solace in the words of a fortune teller. David stepped out of his car and dashed through the rain, making his way to the quaint little shop. The bell above the door jingled as he entered, and he was immediately enveloped by the scent of incense and the dim, mystical ambience of the place. Behind a worn wooden table sat an elderly woman, her eyes twinkling with an otherworldly wisdom. She introduced herself as Madame Zara and gestured for David to sit across from her. With hesitation, David began to speak. "I'm not sure why I'm here, Madame Zara. I've never believed in these things before, but today has been so strange." Madame Zara nodded, her fingers adorned with silver rings, tracing patterns on her table. "Life has a way of leading us to unexpected places, Mr. Dotson. Tell me what troubles your heart." David recounted the loss of his wife and the looming business meeting, his voice cracking with emotion. As he spoke, he noticed that Madame Zara's eyes were locked onto his, as if peering into the depths of his soul. Madame Zara listened intently to David's story, her gaze unwavering. When he finished, she leaned forward and spoke in a voice that seemed to carry ancient wisdom. "I sense your pain, Mr. Dotson, and the weight of your responsibilities. But I also sense something more, something you may find hard to believe." David raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite his skepticism. "What do you mean?" Madame Zara smiled gently. "I see a crossroads in your future, a pivotal moment that will determine the path your life takes from here on. The choices you make today will shape your destiny." David frowned, unsure of how to interpret her words. "I don't understand. What choices?" Madame Zara's fingers danced in the air, creating an ethereal pattern. "The choices that will lead you to either success or ruin in your business, but also the choices that will heal your heart and bring you peace. It is a delicate balance, Mr. Dotson, and the threads of fate are intricate." David was taken aback by Madame Zara's cryptic words. He had expected a comforting platitude or some vague predictions, not this enigmatic counsel. Still, there was an undeniable curiosity tugging at his heart. "What do you suggest I do, Madame Zara?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Madame Zara leaned in even closer, her eyes never leaving his. "You must trust your instincts, Mr. Dotson. Your heart knows the way. The answers you seek lie within you, and you will find them when you least expect it." As David left the small shop, the rain had finally stopped, leaving the city glistening in the fading daylight. Madame Zara's words echoed in his mind, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was standing on the precipice of something significant. David returned to his car, deep in thought. He knew he couldn't delay his business meeting any longer. With a sense of determination, he drove to the towering glass and steel skyscraper that housed his company's headquarters. The meeting room was filled with his most trusted advisors, including his longtime friend and CFO, Bobby Nils. David explained the gravity of the situation and the decisions they needed to make to secure the company's future. Bobby nodded, his expression serious. "We'll do our best," David, you can count on us." As the meeting progressed, David couldn't help but think of Madame Zara's words. He wondered if the choices he was making were the right ones, both for his business and his personal life. The business meeting stretched on, filled with discussions, proposals, and debates. David listened attentively to his team, considering their input and weighing the options before him. But even as he made decisions that could impact the future of his company, his mind kept drifting back to the fortune teller's words. The thought of trusting his instincts and finding balance between his personal and professional life lingered in his thoughts. He had always been driven by ambition, but Donna's passing had made him reevaluate his priorities. As the meeting drew to a close, David announced the direction they would take. There was a palpable tension in the room, but he believed he had made the right choice, one that would honor his late wife's memory while securing the company's success. With the business meeting concluded, David left the office building and stepped out into the bustling city once again. The evening had descended, casting long shadows on the streets. He felt a sense of relief, knowing that he had made decisions that felt right, both professionally and personally. As he walked to his car, his phone buzzed with a text message. It was from his son, Josh Hamilton, who had been grieving his mother's loss just as deeply. The message read, "Dad, I've been thinking. Maybe it's time we spend more time together. I miss you." David smiled, feeling a rush of warmth and gratitude. It seemed that the choices he had made were already bringing about positive changes in his life. David replied to Josh's message, "I miss you too, son. Let's plan something special soon." As he hit send, he couldn't help but think that this was the first step in finding the balance that Madame Zara had spoken of. Over the following weeks, David began to prioritize spending time with his family. He took Josh on hikes, shared stories of his own childhood, and even rekindled his love for painting, something he and Donna had enjoyed together. It was as if he was rediscovering a part of himself that he had long neglected. Meanwhile, at work, the decisions made during the fateful meeting began to bear fruit. The company's fortunes turned around, and David's employees noticed a newfound sense of purpose and balance in his leadership. As time passed, David found that the more he embraced the balance between his personal life and his business, the more fulfilled he became. He realized that his success wasn't solely measured by financial achievements, but also by the happiness and well-being of his family. One sunny afternoon, David took a break from work and met up with his daughter, Tiffany Lind, who had recently moved back to the city. They sat at a cozy cafe, sipping coffee and sharing stories. Tiffany had always been close to her mother, and her return had been a source of comfort for both her and David. "Dad," Tiffany said with a smile, "I'm glad to see you smiling again. It's what Mom would have wanted." David nodded, his eyes glistening with tears. "I know, sweetheart. I've been learning to cherish the moments we have." The bond between father and daughter grew stronger with each passing day, and David couldn't help but feel that he was on the right path, guided by the unexpected encounter with Madame Zara. One evening, as David was going through some of Donna's belongings, he came across an old photo album. Flipping through the pages, he couldn't help but smile as memories of their life together flooded back. The laughter, the vacations, the milestones, all captured in the faded photographs. As he closed the album, a sense of gratitude washed over him. He knew that Donna would always hold a special place in his heart, and he could feel her presence guiding him toward a life filled with love, purpose, and balance. David's journey continued, marked by moments of joy and reflection. He found solace in connecting with old friends, strengthening family bonds, and nurturing his own well-being. The choices he had made, guided by Madame Zara's words, had transformed his life in ways he could have never imagined. 1 year had passed since David's encounter with Madame Zara, and the changes in his life were undeniable. His company had not only weathered the storm, but had also reached new heights of success. His employees admired his leadership, not only for his business acumen, but also for the way he had found balance in his life. David's personal life had flourished as well. He had grown closer to his children, Josh and Tiffany, and had rekindled old friendships. His heart, once heavy with grief, had become lighter with each passing day.